Educated, and Broke
is a weekly entertainment podcast
where we mix hip-hop,
headlines, and all things ATL
into the success of Black millennials
in the Black culture.
All right, guys, we are back here on Black Educated and Broke. Hope you guys enjoying all the mix that we have, all the different commercials that we have out there. Again, if you have a brand that you want to promote, you want to solicit, please reach out to us at blackeducatedandbroke@gmail.com. If you don't know how to put it together, we got you. We'll do it for you. We want to put out your excellence out to the masses. So before our break, I told you guys it is our BTS segment, our behind the scenes with Shanay J. Campbell. Get it right, okay?
Hey now.
Oh, yeah. They checked me already, didn't she? But we have a special guest. I'm going to let Shanay do all the works. The beautiful name of Winter Dunn. Let that sink in. Isn't that so pretty? Winter Dunn. Shanay, who is this Winter Dunn?
Yes. As Randi has already told you, if you are seeing my face, that means we are going behind the scenes with amazing filmmakers in Atlanta and Los Angeles, all over, connecting you all with them and their works and spotlighting talented young individuals. Today, we are joined by Miss Winter Dunn, a multi-hyphenated, I always love that, award-winning filmmaker. Winter is a force to be reckoned with as a producer and a director. She produced the feature film JEZEBEL, which was acquired by Ava DuVernay's Array Films and picked up by Netflix after premiering at South by Southwest and receiving rave reviews. Continuing her mission to depict rich Black stories, Winter's latest film under her company banner, Winter Dunn Productions, Junebug, premiered at the 2020 American Black Film Festival this summer. And she was spotlighted as an emerging director. So welcome, Winter.
Hi. Yeah, thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
Yes, of course. So backstory for everybody, Winter and I actually worked together very randomly when I first got to LA. We worked together at a predominantly white production company. She was, I think, the second Black woman there. I was the first that I knew of during my time there. And then she came
very
out,
white.
Yes, Jesus, another Black woman. So that's how we connected. But Winter, tell me and talk to everyone about like what it's like, particularly as a Black woman occupying these predominantly white spaces and really taking up space and taking ownership and value in you being there and not shrinking.
Well, I think like walking into those spaces, you kind of have to come in with this energy of boldness. It's like, I'm going to be myself, my authentic self, regardless as if that rubs you the wrong way or not. So that's how I like to walk in. I always want to bring good energy. I always want to make the work more efficient with me being there. But if my presence as a Black woman rubs you the wrong way, then that's going to be an issue you have to go deal with on your own time because I'm booked and busy. Like, we don't have time to fix the issue for you, you know?
Booked, busy, and blessed. So move to the side.
Amen.
All right. Tell us about your journey as a filmmaker. Like, how'd you get started? What medium? Because you're multi-hyphenated. You're a producer, you're a director, you're an actress. Am I missing? I want to give you all your flowers. Am I missing anything?
I think that's it right now. I might be DPing one day. Who knows? I'm going to start doing stuff.
All right. Behind the camera. But yeah, tell us about your journey.
Yeah, so I started off on stages. I was a theater artist. I went to Fordham University with a degree in theater performance. And when I moved to LA, I had already been directing plays, producing plays, but I knew I wanted to get into content. I didn't know if that meant film or TV or where that really worked for me. So I kind of jumped into the web space. I started working with production companies that make content for the web 5 years ago when that was happening, but it wasn't as prominent. It was like before Issa Rae was like Issa Rae, you know what I mean? Like now there's so many web artists that are like transitioning into film and TV that we kind of expect that now. And thankfully, I feel like I kind of had my own journey in that way. So I started off working in web, producing, directing for people for web series content, and I produced and not directed, I guess I directed underneath a showrunner who was also a director herself. And she hit me up and said, hey, I'm, directing my debut feature. And would you want to produce it for me? And I was like,
let us name
absolutely.
I know that's Black and Sexy you're referring to, right?
Yeah.
One of the OGs in the web content.
One of the OGs,
Who was the writer who asked you to produce her film?
Numa Perrier, who co-founded Black and Sexy. And I had been a fan of Numa's work for years. I mean, Fordham's a great place to grow and learn, but it's also a predominantly white space. And I actually found Black and Sexy while studying abroad in London in a Shakespeare program.
Oh,
So it
wow.
was like this rich cultural experience that is so extremely white. And I found this content that was so Black and rooted and honest and telling stories that felt like me and people I know, and not these bold, crazy, neck twisting characters. I mean, that's cool too, but I just love this kind of toned down storytelling that was also Black and about Black people in love and Black people in sex and dealing with stuff that we don't see talked about in a sophisticated way that often. So that's who I was working with, and Numa hit me up to produce her first feature, and I guess we did kind of well with the film.
Yes. Let me mention that again. It was acquired by Miss Ava. Acquired.
Queen Ava.
Oh, wow.
Right, and then
That's right,
up by
Queen.
Netflix. Like, you can watch your work on Netflix.
Yeah, that's where I was about to head. See, me, I'm one of the avid movie watchers on here. I've actually seen that movie.
Yeah.
I watched that movie months ago, actually, on Netflix. I stumbled up on it. Me and Shanay got a connection. She could probably figure out why I watched it. But I definitely did enjoy it. It had a different twist, and it definitely hit on things that plague Black communities, like having issues with your parents or trying to survive in a new place. She's trying to survive. Her sister's there, and then she got this boyfriend. I ain't gonna give y'all the movie away, but I did watch the movie. I
I'm glad
definitely
you watched it.
enjoyed that movie, and it definitely gave me some ideas.
Oh, I love to
gosh.
hear that. I really
It was
do.
amazing. I had
Thank
a good
you.
time watching that. Absolutely.
Thanks, man. I love it.
So can you talk about that process of how it goes? Because a lot of times people see the bigger picture, right? They see that it's on Netflix now. They didn't see all the work that it took beforehand, the writing, the development, and then producing it and getting all those great creatives together. But can you talk about as much or as little as possible, like what exactly it entails for independent filmmakers to kind of get their work seen on these larger platforms, and kind of the moves that they need to be making, or the tips and suggestions they need to really take on to really have it seen by the likes of Ava or picked up by, companies like Netflix. Those are big boss moves, and, people have to be really prepared and ready for that. So can you share any insight on you all's journey to these larger platforms?
Yeah, of course. So when Numa reached out to me, she had just finished the script. She had been kind of working on the script for years, and she wrote 10 pages and took it to a couple of programs, but she couldn't get past those 10 pages. And then she went to Miami and wrote the entire film in like 2 weeks. So she gets back from Miami and she hits me up and she's like, hey, I got this script. And she sends it over, and I'm like on a vacation with a friend, and I'm by the pool reading it. And I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before. Let's go. And that's exactly, we were back in LA within less than 2 weeks. We were having our first table read, and within 4 weeks we were in Vegas shooting. It moved that fast. And so I tell people who are really trying to make their work, community will take you further than you think it will. Having like-minded people around you who you work well with, and not being afraid to make a web series, make a short, make until you get to a point where you're like, I got my team. Like, I know who I'm gonna make my feature with. So once we had been working with the same crew for years, we were, it was the same team from Black and Sexy. Our DP was from Black and Sexy. So once we kind of got the go ahead, it was kind of like guns a-blazing. We shot it like it was just a really long web series. That was like the vibe. It was like, oh, it's just a web series, except it's like 90 minutes long, and we're just gonna like push through. And we shot 5 days in Vegas, and we got all the Vegas content, and then we took maybe a 3-week break for like pre-production of the LA leg, and then we shot 5 days in LA, shot the entire film in 10 days, which is insane. I don't know how we did it. And post was a process. It took like a year and a half to get through post, but once we got it to a strong point and we got connected to South by Southwest, answering your question about how to get seen, community. Ava DuVernay is someone who is always looking for Black talent. It's a blessing that we have someone at the platform that she's at who cares enough to look back and go, who else is coming with me? I don't want to sit at this in this position alone. And she had been supporting us. She gave to our crowdfunding campaign. She tweeted Numa and Jezebel, like when we were still in pre-production. She had just been watching us and seeing us do our own thing and do it our way so unapologetically. I think she was just into it and hit us up. It was like, I'd like to acquire Jezebel, kind of like just like
crazy.
that. And with that,
did you cry?
Netflix. Yeah,
I think I would cry.
Girl, I was like, this is my first feature. Like, I'm learning as I go. And a woman who I am, you know, obviously so inspired by sees value in our work. Like, hell yeah, you know?
Amazing, so, right. And for it to be out of all the eyes, like her gaze, because she really does, like you said, she takes up so many Black creatives behind her, particularly women, to make sure that they have seats at all those tables. They're invited into those rooms. And that's definitely something as a producer I admire and I aspire to do myself, you know. That is beautiful. I love hearing that. So beautiful.
I know. Well, listen. Well, I'm gonna let Shanay take like a tissue break because she's getting emotional. You know, guys, we're right here sitting here talking with Winter Dunn. She's actually talking about one of her feature films, Jezebel, and she has a lot more that's going on to talk about. And we're gonna get into it. So we're gonna take a quick break, but you got to keep listening right here on Black, Educated, and Broke.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Winter Dunn, the producer of Jezebel and the director of Junebug. And I want y'all to know that I stay listening to Black, Educated, and Broke. It is such a solid platform, and I'm excited for you guys to engage with them. So check it out. Listen now.
All righty, guys. We are back here on Black, Educated, and Broke on our behind the scenes BTS with Shanay, and we have our special guest. As Shanay says, what do you say when they have a bunch of
multi-hyphenated?
Yeah, multi-hyphenated. Come on, Winter Dunn. And we were taking a break and we were kind of talking behind the scenes. You know, Ron asked his infamous question that he asked everyone who's a producer, director, filmmaker, because he's trying to, you know, get it where he fit in. Ron, go ahead and get your shine. Let's see if Winter can bless you or not.
Winter, I'm hoping that you can help me because Shanay is showing me no love. She all in LA. She come home and do stuff. Don't tell nobody. All I want to do is be a drug dealer in the movie. I'm talking about a kingpin. Somebody, Frank Lucas status. That's all I want. But Shanay won't help me with this at all. Can you please help me fulfill my dream? My mom will be so proud if I can just play my ass
Before you say anything, Winter, Ron, I would just like to say we are not casting for those type of roles right now, you know? And then as producers and Winter as a director, we have those narratives already. We are trying to expand. So if you are open to other roles, I got you when it fits.
Hey, I think, you know, Shanay, I think that Ron could play a good Montrose on any movie that you do. You should work him into that.
I'm just not trying to be the girl next door.
Wait, here's what I did. Wait. Now, Ghost was going to be a drug dealer that made lieutenant governor. What if I was a drug dealer that made president?
Listen,
all things
I'll let you boy.
Since he's trying to plug himself, I'm just trying to get a role that's on that girl next door, okay? I know I'm little and I'm cute, but listen, I don't want to be the girl next door no more.
We got to wait for them braces to come off. You play about a range of 15, okay?
Right. I just want to be a drug dealer. Can you help me? Can you please help me?
It's Shanay Day. Go ahead, Shanay.
No, go ahead, Winter. Like, let him know, because I know we're currently not casting for that range, so maybe you are.
You know what? I think there is room for all narratives involving Black folk. And if I am shooting anything that has anything to do with a kingpin drug dealer, honey, I am calling you. Send me your contact.
Bam.
I got you.
Yeah. I got you. You see that, Shanay? That's all you had.
It finally happened. It is finally happening. Yes. Look at
I told you how you can send your information to damn right, but that is okay. That's okay. Winter's on a move, you know. She's on a move, so she might have something before me. Send her your stuff, please.
But before I did have a quick question because you were talking about like narratives. You guys, you know, in the Black culture, we're not trying to do those kind of narratives that are that. But I want to know, what do y'all think about that show that I believe is on Stars? But you know, where the white guy, his name is John, somebody where he's killing he's the abolitionist, and you know, it's the slave boy girl.
John Brown.
Yeah, what do y'all think about that? Because that's kind of, you know, switching it back to showing, I feel like, well, all white people aren't bad or saving.
We know that story about him, though.
But I want to get their personal opinion about this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Put that out right now. We're trying to talk about, you know, trying to put the black out there in the best way, and then here you are trying to come back and showing how you saved the day. And I just want to get y'all personal opinion about that.
Go ahead, Winter. You can.
Well, I have not seen that. I haven't seen the series.
It's just a trailer. It doesn't come out till October, but they've been doing a trailer.
Right. I've heard of it, but I haven't even seen the visuals, so I don't want to place judgment on their project. But we'll see. I don't know. Shanay, what do you think? Have you seen the trailer?
I have. I feel like I vaguely have, but again, I haven't seen it in its entirety or remember it just to cast any beginning judgment. And I really do feel the same way as you. It's like there's room for so many different narratives. I just think that for the longest time we were put into a box
100%.
of specific types of narratives. And so now it's like, yeah, we can still write about those things. We can still produce those type of content, but there are so many other stories that deserve to be seen that are just as complex, that are just as thrilling and exciting. And so it's like, if we have those stories as well, it's like we got 100 movies where, we're drug dealers and kingpins. That's great. That's a part of our narratives, but there are so many others.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you're going to tell a narrative, I've seen time and time again, you have to come at it from a different angle. Like, I need to know, like, exactly. Why does your narrative need to be told? And does it need to be told? And if it doesn't, then maybe you should sit that down and work on something that we actually need as a part of our canon right now. Because I agree. We have some powerful Black men, Black talent. Why are they always dangerous? Like,
right.
That's
my
just
narrative is I work with the CIA because they always in the mix of it.
Are you trying to change your narrative now?
No, he turned into he a snitch.
So now he a kingpin, but he's a kingpin.
Yeah, you said the
He's a
CIA.
rat.
is involved.
So you're a kingpin
Ron, I
for
would
the
love
CIA.
to see you in a softer role where you're
He's a
taking
rat.
on like a father figure.
Hey,
type of
hold on, whoa.
detective.
Don't you ever in your life.
Or like a love story.
Oh God.
Yeah, or a love story. Ron, don't reject it.
You sound like a rat, my man. You said you want to work with
You
the CIA.
see, he using the R word.
I'm
We
just
don't do
saying.
that.
I'm just
All
saying.
right. Let us segue back. So, Winter, you also have another project out right now, Junebug. Can you tell us about that and the process? This is the one you directed, correct?
Yes, I directed and one of the producers on it. Talk about like changing the narrative. So it's a film about a woman named Junie, and she's writing a novel about her childhood. And through the film, we go back through her memories and we find out that her dad, while he was magical and this really important force in her childhood, he was also an alcoholic musician. And so in some ways we're humanizing the role of the like broken father, but we're also pointing a lens at a relationship I don't think we see enough of. I think we have seen so many father-son narratives. We very rarely see father-daughter narratives. And if we do, it's like, that's my daughter and you trying to date her, or it's my dad's nowhere to be seen and I don't know who he is and I'm just another girl with no dad. But we really wanted to show that Black fathers can be complex and broken in their own ways because that we're all human, but there's also a lot of love there, and a lot of the magic and creativity that you have can come from your father, can come from your parents. So what does it look like to evaluate your childhood from an adult's perspective? It's kind of like what we're addressing with the work. I'm really proud of it.
Yes. And so with it premiering at ABFF, are there other chances for people to watch it outside? Because they did their whole virtual thing this year since they didn't have the festival. But for those who may have missed it, are there going to be other ways to access this film where you got some deals under wraps you can't talk about? Because, you passing, girl.
That's kind of exactly right. I would say if you want to, please follow our Instagram at Junebug Film. That's where all the updates will be coming out. I really wanted us to premiere at a Black festival, and a festival that like really cherishes Black stories. And we'll be having a larger festival run. Those announcements will be coming out as soon as they can. And then there are, like you said, some deals in the making so that you'll be able to watch the film whenever you like. So please follow us at Junebug Film. We'll have all the updates there.
Let me go follow this right now.
Yes, everyone go follow them. And then where can people find you? Where can people get in contact with you if they're trying to do business? How should they best approach you?
Great. So if you're trying to do business, my website, winterdunn.com. Feel free to send me a submission or, whatever it is you want to talk about, let me know. I'm also on Instagram at It's Winter Dunn. I'm on Twitter at Winter Says Chill. I wouldn't say reach out to me on Twitter if you're trying to talk business, but if you're trying to talk shit, you just want to have some fun, that's me on Twitter.
And then what else is next for you? You have Junebug, you got some things working with that. You're in the Bay, you said, working on a project. Can you give us any scoop on that, or is that under wraps as well?
Yeah, so it's somewhat, the project's been announced, but I'm not announcing it in attachment to me quite yet, very soon. But I am directing season 1 of a docuseries that will be on Quibi. So we're here shooting literally right now.
Congratulations. Yes, Quibi is another one that's taken off too with that short content. So
I know. Actually, Shanay, talking about where we used to, work together. Quibi was thrown around so much because it was like brand new and it was like Quibi, all the deals. So to now be working with Quibi and for Quibi is kind of like a full circle moment for me. It's really bizarre.
I need to buy some stocks, and that's what I heard.
That might be a good deal. Okay, so last little thing. What is on your quarantine watch list? What are you watching these days? What are you recommending for other people to watch?
Ooh, what am I watching? Well, I watch TV way too late. It's a shame, but I'm so busy. So I usually wait till like the season's done, and then I'll have a Sunday where I'm just like, today is my day, and I just do it all. So the show that I am obsessed with, I just watched season 1 maybe last week. I May Destroy You.
Yes,
I watched that.
It is so good. It is like, talk about a narrative that we don't see often and
never see
from a different perspective.
So many.
It was so authentic. I was blown away. The way she portrays every experience with the most authenticity, even when she's like on drugs, and the way the way they shoot the scene changes based off of what influence she's under. I was just like, holy crap, like I'm obsessed with this. Like it's so good.
HBO has definitely been killing it when it comes to the series. They are doing it.
Season 4 of Insecure as well, I think is really masterful.
They killed it. Every season of that's my show.
Every season is amazing.
But this last season was
like, y'all really know exactly what you're doing. Like
you
are in your bag, and I feel it and I see it. The writing is so strong. The directing, clean, clear. Every department, I was like, yeah. Like y'all doing that.
Speaking of Insecure, you were on there. Tell us what episode and what you were doing.
Oh, yes.
That is really funny that you say that. So that's kind of like, I don't mention that, but if some people recognize, I'm like, oh, good for you, like bonus points. So, I was in season 2 of Insecure. I don't remember the episode number or what it's called. It's like the day party episode in season 2.
With the kids.
What happened?
Was it with the kids?
No. It was literally an episode where they're at a day party all day, and she meets up with a Tinder date. And then she sees her ex there. And I
remember that.
Yeah. So I was there, honestly, like in some way shadowing, just kind of being on set, but being cute. And they were like, they just wanted to kind of showcase me and give me what I call a cameo in the episode of just like some Black beauty and Black greatness. So I was very honored. I was like, y'all don't have to do this. They're like, no, we want you, please. Da, da, da. And I was just vibing and being cute. So
Lisa was getting her rotation together. And that's it. I remember.
I had on a head wrap. I was like, I'm feeling myself. Like, vibes.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
Does anyone else have any questions before we wrap out Miss Winter?
Don't you forget about me, Winter.
Yeah, y'all already told me I gotta get my braces off.
Please don't. Please cast him.
And Shanay said I gotta get my braces off before I can get casted again.
I'm just saying, like, for a certain reason, we want to get a little bit older range. You know, you can play a couple.
Because you look like the oldest daughter. That's what it is.
Hey, whatever is getting me the most screen time, call the sister, because your girl needs help. Trying to build that resume.
Winter, where people can find you and stay in contact with you for those.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Shanay?
No, I was saying one last time for where people can find you for those who came in late or might have missed those socials.
Yeah, of course. So my website, winterdunn.com, all updates me will be there. And if you want to connect with me on socials, at It's Winter Dunn on Instagram and at Winter Says Chill on Twitter. Sorry, I never plugged my Twitter, but why not? If you want to talk some shit, I'm over there on Twitter too.
Hey, I already followed you, so get ready for the shit.
Trash talking. Yeah, gonna talk your ear off, so be prepared.
I look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Winter, for joining us. Best of luck in productions out in the Bay. I can't wait to see what's next. Continue to shine, grind, and help bring up the
I'm ready
next
for
set.
Junebug. I'm ready.
Yes.
Check it out. Make sure you follow us, Junebug Film, on Instagram and check out the film. Thank you guys for having me.
Drug dealer you ever seen in your life.
Okay,
Go
all
to break.
right.
Go to break. Go to break.
As
Go
we
to
go ahead and
break.
wrap these things up with Winter, we're actually not done with her because you're gonna hear her voice again when we do our segment. And the church said, yeah, she's looking at me like, what are we talking about? Don't worry, Winter, girl, I got you covered. So, guys, if you want to hear that, you got to come on back on our next break right here on Black Educated and Broke. Are you sitting at your desk right now, bored out of your mind, tired of listening to all of these songs in the same old playlist? Well, do me a favor. Go to the Apple Podcast or SoundCloud and listen to Black Educated and Broke. We're going to give you lots of laugh, giggles, and lots of life. You heard it first with Randi O.
So I get asked a lot from people, like, how do you go for your dreams, right? I think we all have things that we want to do. We all have things that we can see ourselves doing, but we have no idea where to start. And I always tell people, start from where you are, network across. Find the people around you who see the vision. Even if you don't quite know how y'all can execute it, do they see you for who you can be? And if they do, connect with them and make it work. When I first moved to LA, I was finding any opportunity to be on set, any opportunity to be on camera, and just meeting people and being open to new experiences, being open to learning. And you have no idea how far that has taken me, just being present and being ready to work, being on time, being reliable, and connecting with my friends who I feel are talented, but they're also up and coming. Because now what's happening is we're growing together, and it feels like we're growing as a family and not me trying to convince someone to see my worth. So if you're trying to start out, if you're trying to do your thing, start where you are, find the people around you who believe in you, and go for it. Just start doing it. You'll figure it out as you go. That's all I got.
Amen.
And the church said,
Amen.
Yes, amen.